Good morning to all my dear audience. I am Arsh of Grade 10 from Hashim Rose. My dear audience, this is the year 2024 where we had seen the greatest murder ever. The murder is not of a particular individual, not of a community, not of a troop, not of a battalion, but instead the murder of the entire country. Yes, you had guessed it right. It is the murder of the democracy in Bangladesh. Let us see its detail. The protest began as a student-led movement demanding the abolition of the quota system in the civil jobs and services, which was seen as a discriminatory. This movement quickly gained the momentum, and the other opposition party took as an advantage to take over the democracy. Prime Minister of Bangladesh, that means Sheikh Hasina, has resigned and fled to India. It was that after 15 years, her departure marked the historic turning point of the country. Violence and casualties. The protests were marked by significant violence, with over 300 people killed, and 20 Indian women, 20 Indian Hindu women were raped. The government's response included the internet shutdown, curfew, a heavy police presence. The current situation. Now, at the current situation, it is Muhammad Yusuf who is the handling, who is the government, who is the Governor General of Bangladesh, handling the entire country. Now, there are some of the rumors that there are the European nations, USA, China, or Pakistan involved in the killing of the democracy in Bangladesh. So before going to those matters, let us see some of the highlights of the protest done. The situation of the Bangladesh is worse than that of the civil war of Sri Lanka. The USA suspension of the intervention of Bangladesh situation, possibility of political violence especially against the minorities, in which I had mentioned earlier that 20 to 25 Hindu women were raped. Importance of relation of Bangladesh for India. Now, before starting and going into detail, let us see a small clip related to that incident, relating to that the protest done and how the protest between the minority and the majority turned into the regional communalism violence. Audience, I am sure that you all must have understood the situation of the minorities in Bangladesh. The US has given the clear indication towards a change of the power in Bangladesh, which is a real threat to the regional stability in both Bangladesh as well as all the Asian neighboring countries to the Bangladesh, including India and Pakistan. After the removal of the Sheikh Hasina, yes, after the removal of the Sheikh Hasina, the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, the political protest and the violence may increase in the Bangladesh, especially against the Indian Hindu minorities. Bangladesh is an important threat to the security of the northeastern states, so India should keep an eye to this situation. And hence, the Defence Minister of India, Rajnath Singh, has increased the army in the borders of the Bangladesh, which is a sign for the future challenges. Political instability in Bangladesh can have a negative impact on India-Bangladesh trade. For example, the greatest textile companies, including the Zara and Raymond, had decided to withdraw all its units, factories and industries from the Bangladesh and install in the India. Adani Power, which was the largest producer of the electricity in the Bangladesh, has decided to again withdraw its support. The India was the largest exporter of the refined crude oil to Bangladesh and has decided to withdraw its support again. If elections are held in Bangladesh again, it will be strategically important for India. India should be proactive in protecting the rights of Hindus and other minorities living in Bangladesh. US used foreign powers to influence the situation in Bangladesh, which is a matter of concern to India. Students' protest and discontent in Bangladesh have weakened the government, increasing the likelihood of the future turmoils. India should intervene cautiously in the Bangladesh internal and external affairs so that India-Bangladesh relation could be strong and humble. Sheikh Hasina's escape, her becoming the refugee, indicating that what are the worst conditions of the Bangladesh, so that the Prime Minister, the President, the ministers can also not live in the Bangladesh. This is done because the majority of the people who in the majority has attacked the Ghana Bhavan, which was the residence of the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. They demolished the Ghana Bhavan. They threw all the jewelry, they threw all the treasury of the country into the gutters, into the lakes, etc. That is it for today, my dear audience. Think on this topic. Be curious on this topic. Thank you and stay tuned.